Why am I like this?
One eternity later.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my health journey today in a new format. As you can see, I have my streaming setup on because it's just a bit easier instead of having to pull my stuff from my phone to the computer. So it's on my computer right away. Anyway, I have a lot to talk about because it's been 2 months. So yeah, let me just start with that. In the last video, I was talking about leaving work around May. I think I talked about it. May is still the goal. I want to get through another bonus cycle, just to, help with the finances once I'm off work. I'm still saving money. I'm still trying not to spend too much. Like, I do my grocery shopping, but that's pretty much it. I don't really buy stuff. There's one exception that I'll talk about probably a bit later. But yeah, so May is still the goal, as long as my body permits. And another thing that I'm talking about now, I had a hurdle with this flat. So last time I was talking about, making it a bit more accessible and how I was, planning everything for the flat. However, I will have to move. I might, sometime in the future, I might talk about why, but for now, let's just say I have to move. And I will be moving in with my bestie and his partner. So we're currently looking for, flats or houses that are within our budget. The housing market is horrendous, so it might take a while. I'm still hoping that we'll find a flat before I'm leaving work, because I'll have to stay in that flat for maybe a month or two before I leave work, just to make sure that we actually get it and I can stay there. I don't want to hit like discrimination walls in the house search, so I want to be still working while we move in, and probably for a couple more months before I leave work. So that's the housing thing that's happening. So I won't be planning anything else for here. I'll still do my stockpiling. And my stockpile has progressed by 1 can of red beans in the last 2 months, and it has been reduced by a few cans of tuna, because I just I couldn't. I was in a really bad way and I couldn't really carry stuff a lot. I couldn't go shopping often. So I did touch my stockpile a little bit, but also I'll be stocking back up. So today I added a can of red beans, and very soon, whenever I find the tuna that I was buying before, I get that as well, just to get that back on top. So a few more canned goods that I want to get in there, and then probably the canned fruit as well. I really like it, and I used one of the 2 cans I had, so I'll have to get a few more of those. So yeah, the stockpile, I haven't done anything to the other part, so like all the cleaning products and hygiene products and stuff, I haven't touched that at all. That's still in good health, and I haven't showed you that still. I'll show you that in the next vlog, I promise. But yeah, then let's talk about work a little bit. So work is still very difficult for me. I don't know how much I went into detail before, but I've had a few times where I was really, really late to work because I couldn't hear the alarm, like, at all. I was just straight sleeping through the alarm, and I had no recollection of an alarm ringing, right? Last year, I think it was August and October, I think. August and October is where I just woke up at 11 and then started to work, and obviously I got into trouble. That happened again just very recently, I think 2 weeks ago, maybe. I think about 2 weeks ago. I am getting into real trouble now, because this time my manager is really good. Like, she knows how I'm doing about my health and stuff like that. So she hasn't involved HR so far, but she has to now because it's the third time. I haven't heard back yet from HR, but whenever that talk is happening, I will see if I can maybe reduce my hours to 80%, working 4 days, having 3 days off. Maybe that'd be possible. I don't know, but I'll have to see what HR says whenever that meeting happens. But yeah, in general, it's really, really tough. But also, I feel like knowing that my end is near at work overall is getting less important to me, so it's a lot less stressful. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I'm still doing my job properly, I'm still helping my coworkers, things like that, But I'm just not getting involved in projects anymore. I'm not doing a lot of feedback or anything. I've basically stopped voicing any opinions I have on literally anything, to the point where my manager noticed. I'm just going there, doing my hours, doing my work, and that's it. I also did hint at my manager that I might be leaving somewhere mid this year. I told her probably May, but I didn't give her like a specific date or like an official notice of any sorts. I just told her after I was late the last time, and she was telling me about, like she needs to go to HR now and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'll probably be leaving anyway. It's whatever. I think she was probably thinking that already, but it's still different when your team member actually says it out loud, right? But yeah, I'll keep you updated on all the work things, and we'll see what happens. Then let's talk a little bit about health. So it is still getting worse over time, but I feel like at the moment it's a little bit more on the stable side. I've had a few days where I couldn't walk, or certain things I just couldn't do them. I have more and more days where I just cannot leave the house. But right now I'm somewhat stable. I don't want to jinx it, but somewhat stable. On the work days, I need to nap a lot. Usually, instead of eating lunch, I'll just go and have a nap. And after work, I'll lie down, and the nap will be like a 3-4 hour sleep. But I have to, because otherwise I cannot keep my eyes open. I do have my sleep study finally coming up, so I had this first conversation with that sleep study doctor person, and we talked a little bit, and then she said she'll send in for me to get on the sleep study, but it might take a few more months, so I'm waiting for that. But finally I had my first appointment, so it's a step in the right direction. I've been waiting for almost 2 years now. I've been on the wait list for a really long time. She did say there might be a sleep study that I can do at home or in the hospital. And she was talking about logistics. I have no idea what a sleep study at home looks like, because I wouldn't be able to place all these different things where they're measuring your heart rate, your brain, your whatever. I wouldn't be able to do that myself, let alone put any machinery here. I don't know how that works at home. But yeah, I'll see what happens. I'll go with the flow, I guess. I don't know. I also saw the neurologist again. This time it was another one, because I wasn't happy with the last one. I saw the neurologist again, and we were talking a little bit about, the different symptoms that I have, the FND and so on. Because he's a different neurologist, he wants to collect all the test results that I've had leading up to the diagnosis. So I'll be meeting my GP very soon again, and I will see what he still has, and I will see what I still have at home, and then I'll send everything to the current neurologist, and then we'll see. We'll see from there. Pain. Yes, pain. So you can see me looking down the whole time because I'm just checking what my notes are. So pain, I've had for a few years now. I've had like period cramps almost. So I finally saw the gynecologist, and we'll be doing an ultrasound later this month, because we're looking into whether it might be endometriosis. So it'll be first the ultrasound, and then very, very likely I'll have the so I forgot the name. There's like a procedure, like a keyhole procedure, where they look inside your abdomen to see if there are like lesions and stuff that would be hinting at endometriosis. But I'm pretty sure it might be that, but you never know until you know. So we'll see. Mental health wise, the anxiety is really bad right now. It is mainly because we're switching medications. The last anxiety medication I've had, just now the one that we're tapering off, it's made me feel very, very sickly, and I've even had to, throw up and stuff. So we're now switching that. So I've been tapering off. I'm currently off for another week or so, and then I'll be seeing my GP probably end of this week, start of next week, to put me on the new one. on the F&D side of things, I still have the brain fog, still the mobility issues, the weaknesses, and so on. It's all still ongoing. Just that I have more inside days than outside days, as I mentioned earlier. I can't really go outside much. But yeah, I sleep very, very late. Usually I've always been a night owl, but meaning that I'd go to bed around midnight, between midnight and 1 a.m. And that's gone really late. So nowadays I'll be up until like 3, 4 a.m., something like that. Because I might get tired, but not sleepy enough to actually fall asleep. So we'll see if the new anxiety meds maybe help with that. I don't know. I am also getting household help every other week, and for the last few months already, just because I can't really keep up myself anymore. I try to do stuff, but it's just not possible for me to keep up with all the things that you need to do. I do keep my dishes done. I try to do the laundry. I try to pick up after myself, but there's always stuff around and it's very chaotic and I just need help, So every other week I have a household help that comes in for 2 hours that'll help me with whatever is there that needs to be done that day. And she's very, very lovely. I'm very happy to have her. And hope I can keep her for a little while. Then just future plans in general, I suppose, or like planning. So as I mentioned earlier, first of all, I need to be moved and then work on another few months before I quit, just to make sure I get benefits, especially the housing benefit. I know that some of the benefits for disabled people have been reduced this year, so I'm hoping that it'll still be enough. I will be applying for HAP, which is, I forgot the acronym, housing. They help you with your rent, basically. So I'm still hoping that I will get that, and I don't know what else I might be getting, but that will be the most important: illness benefit and housing benefit, and then whatever else I can. Whatever else I can get. I know I should be permitted to earn, I think, €200 per week or per month, on top of whatever I'm getting from the state. That means for me that whatever I'm getting, I can top it up at least a little bit, which is nice. It'll just be the question of like, what kind of job can I do for this little money? Because most people looking for full-time, I've been looking for part-time jobs and stuff, but most companies are looking for full-time. For the future in general, I would like to, once I feel better, once I've been off of work for a while and I'm feeling more stable and so on, I want to sell stuff at markets. I love crocheting. I love, some crafts. Like I like to make cards, greeting cards and stuff. So I would love to sell my stuff at markets. I did get a knitting machine just recently. It's over there. I'm not gonna move right now, but it's over there. And I've started, practicing on it a little bit just to get the hang of how it works. And that's been really interesting. I made a hat. I can show you the hat. So here's the hat that I made. Here we go. And it is reversible. And that was the first thing that I did with the yarn that came in the machine, or with the machine. And I've been just playing around with different things just to, learn it a little bit. And I have a few ideas for other products I could be selling. So beanies, of course, scarves, that's stuff that I can make really, really easily and relatively quickly with the knitting machine. I'm thinking about cup cozies, about phone pouches, different things. So that is one thing that I'm going to work on. And I'm likely to make some videos about that, but right now it's just a plan. Obviously I'll be working probably a lot more on my YouTube channels, both this one and my gaming channel. Again, I think I said it last time, but if you haven't visited my gaming channel yet, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna link it in the description, so go and visit it. I love gaming. Basically, as you can tell, my plan is just to not stand still. I'm not good at doing nothing. I will definitely take the time to stabilize and feel better, but I cannot imagine a future where I'm not doing something. I'm taking my time, right? Like right now I'm still employed, I'm still working. once I've quit, I'll take the time to recover and get better and get more stable, and hopefully to a point where I can enter the workforce again. But yeah, it is a scary time. I'm not gonna lie, it is a scary time. However, one thing that I'm actually really, really excited about right now, I was just paid out my bonus, and I hadn't planned on actually spending it. I wanted to put all of the bonus into my savings account, but my computer is just getting really old. It is still working for like normal stuff, games that aren't too demanding, normal, browsing and stuff like that. It is starting to give up on more demanding games. My GPU is just not happy anymore, right? So I have ordered a new computer. I could have just ordered, all the pieces and just upgraded, but honestly, as many pieces as I need upgraded, not just the GPU, there are other bits as well, I can just get a new computer. But yeah, that is the one thing that I'm looking forward to, even though I spent the money I wanted to put aside. But look, I have another bonus cycle coming up towards May, and hopefully I can put that money all the way aside. I have been treating myself a little bit because I think once in a blue moon I'm allowed to treat myself, so this time it's the PC, and I've ordered takeout a couple times. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for now. If you're going through like a similar situation where you have to leave work, or if you even have some tips, any links to, I don't know, government websites that give me more insights on stuff, please send it my way. But yeah, until next time, I suppose, I hope to see you very, very soon, and I hope the next video doesn't take 2 months. But I see you. Bye.